I'm here. If you ever ask yourself the question, I'm your favorite hobby with your job, this is maybe it. Welcome to JSConf Asia. Maybe the first conference that's introduced from underwater.
For me personally, Reject is way more than just a conference. It's a very special place with very special people, and they're all gathering here. And it's about much more than just technology. It's really about the people that are here, and that's very, very near to my heart.
So that's where Cascadia JS came from. It was heavily inspired by JSConf, JSConf EU, LXJS, NodeConf, all of the conferences that you think of as being the best of what a developer conference can be. And we put on this event in November of 2012, and it was just, it was a huge success. We pulled together just over 200 amazing people for 2 days of fun, and it was just one of the most rewarding experiences I'd ever had.
JavaScript, what are you?
What even is a class?
Why should we care about any of this?
I gave a talk about how I changed careers in 1 year from no programming experience at all to a hired programmer. It was rough, it was hard, but my talk is about how I got so much help from so many people in the community and how awesome that was, and trying to inspire other people to help out. I don't know, the whole atmosphere is just so friendly and welcoming, and all the talks have been great, and just the people seem great.
Okay, so here's our video stream. And when I wave red at our robot after we take off through this web app, so the LEDs will flash and it will drive forward once it detects red. Here, Tom. Doro! Oh, yeah!
This is the getting out of this space. Guys, come on, help.
JavaScript.
JavaScript?
JavaScript. JavaScript.
JavaScript?
JavaScript. JavaScript. JavaScript.
Virtual DOM. JavaScript?
JavaScript.
JavaScript.
JavaScript?
JavaScript.
JavaScript.
JavaScript is so much more than syntax. JavaScript?
JavaScript.
JavaScript.
JavaScript?
JavaScript, for those of you who are not familiar, is pseudocode with semicolons on the end of every instruction.
There are a few conferences I have in my head as my favorites in Europe, and this is my first time at JSConf EU, and it's right in at #1.
It was going to be awesome before I came here, and it's just what I expected and just a little bit more. You topped it.
I wouldn't have missed JSConf, the second edition, for anything in the world.
HTML had Haml, and CSS had Sass, but JS had just JS. That was that, alas. Now CoffeeScript has brought us a turnstile of its own, but there's just one little problem when an error's thrown. Can you see the line it's on? That line number 8 ain't in your code. It's enough to make me stick with JavaScript till source maps land in Node.
Hello. Hey, JSConf. I'm sorry I'm not there, but I can't be. But I'm happy I was all the times that I was. Hi, Chris and Laura. Thank you. And also, everybody, I'm sorry. And I hope the pool is great. I'll see you all next time. Thanks, Charlie. also. Bye.
So fiddle is, fuck it, do it live. This entire thing, this Wii Remote is bridged down to an Arduino board, spliced today, that's bridged into Johnny 5, which is running Node.js, that's controlling the Arduino, that's reading from the Wii thing, that talks out to the Node copter. We have bound every single button to do something. The start button appropriately starts it, and because we have a Windows person in our group, it also ends it. Go figure. The left goes left, the right goes right, the forward goes forward, the back goes back, just like a video game. X goes up, Y goes down, B goes something, and A does something else. We even programmed in the Konami code that does double flips. And so enjoy. This is the new style of gaming that we'd like to interact with.
JavaScript.
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 JavaScript. What are you?
Virtual DOM. You may have heard it's now called ES 2015. We plan to be an early adopter of ES 2016 features.
We decided to change the name of ES6 to ES 2015 and ES7.
Oh, that's interesting.
Class was the most requested new feature. Class was the most requested new feature. Class was the most requested new feature.
What even is a class?
Class was the most requested new feature in JavaScript, and all of the requests came from Java programmers, but it's really, really good.
Whiskey, don't do the accent. I'm thinking of organising a fun conference in Ireland, and he said, don't do it, man. I'd love to go to a fun conference in Ireland. You wanted to do it in a hotel?
JSConf in Berlin 2009 was the first time I actually felt like I belonged to a group of people that were into the same things that I was into. No, I didn't. I
said,
didn't want
no,
to do it
I don't want to do it in a hotel.
Other people who came to FunConf went on and decided they were going to do their own conference.
FunConf 1 was 70 people on a bus. FunConf 2 was 80 people in a castle. FunConf 3 was 110 people on an island. Chris was there Chris was in the castle.
He was in the castle. I actually have a video of him going, it's a llama! The llama came with the donkey. The guy who owned the donkey said, I have a llama, do you want me to throw him in? Chris and Laura's passion and dedication changed the course of my life. And a huge part of that down to Jan Lenhart's.
CW. Is mis se Paul McCombale agus rith mé nos na guia chun conference dhéanamh gá musanna agus inis agus Cashlán arás a ríis chun future.
I was absolutely inspired by a wonderful weekend in Berlin.
I met Chris at JSConf Berlin 2010.
Me too. I remember the first time I heard Aaron Quint's name. I was like, that guy's Irish. His name's Aaron Quinn. No, Aaron Quint. I would actually love to see Aaron Quint turn his hand to Irish food.
The follow-up to the pizza book is the potato book, obviously.
Hope your microphone is picking all this shit up.
Chris and Laura, we love you.
Thanks for making JSConf. You probably wouldn't have realised the amount of lives you touched at the time.
Laura and Chris, our hearts go out to you. We just wish you all the best. Done?
Yeah.
There's a llama outside!
Happens every weekend here, right?
Where do llamas come from? Not Ireland. That's a nice balloon hat.
If you're shipping iOS apps and dream of the bucks you'll make, you think about going native, but Xcode's a big headache. Think of things like PhoneGap or whatever it's called this week. It helps you install a web app without any need to speak. Objective-C.
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 Don't need that crap, forget in the App Store, take it from me. Help ask Brian LaRue.
Just make sure he's sober when you do.
So fast will be shipping when you are skipping Objective-C.
Wow, PhoneGap sounds really useful. Thanks.
It's pretty awesome. You can just... The thing is, I mean, you think like, oh, I'll just use PhoneGap and it'll solve my problems, but it's kind of actually not that easy. There are a few catches.
Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it right now. If you build mobile sites, you can skip IE. Using ES5 makes you feel alive. So long, jQuery. Too bad gingerbreads. Still so damn widespread. Sure, it's still WebKit, but it runs like shit. Android 2.3.
Hi everyone, my name is Juan Pablo Viorica. I'm here with Julian Duque. We're both Colombians. We are part of the organizing team for JSConf Colombia, and very thankful for Chris's and Laura's work. Thanks to their inspiration, we started an event in Colombia that happened 2013, and it also happened 2015. Overall, we've run these two events with about 50 speakers. I've had 700 attendees. I've had about 100 diversity scholarships, and it's had a great impact in our community. Julian, what can you tell us about the impact?
Well, we started being two communities in the most important cities in Colombia, in Bogotá and Medellin, called Bogotá JS and Medellin JS. And after the first JSConf in 2013, there were more people interested in other cities in Colombia to start JavaScript communities. So as the date, we have more than 10 cities covered about JavaScript, and we have more than 3,000 people registered in the community from Colombia. So we are one of the most important and largest community in all Latin America. This has been thankful to the whole JSConf family of events and the work that you have been done. So thank you very much, and keep this magic happening.
Yes, keep up the great work. Our other co-organizers, Camilo Aguilar, Catherine Lopez, David Avellaneda, thank you very much. We wanted to say it on their behalf. We know it's not the last event. We'll see you. And huge hugs from Colombia for everyone. Bye.
We love you.
But it's really, really good.
JavaScript is so much more than syntax.
Why should we care about any of this? Because we'd like challenging dogma? No. We want to solve problems. We're software engineers.
What even is a class? And this is a good. What even is a class? And this is a good. What even is a class? And this is a good question. And like, frankly, the community does not have a good ontology around what object orientation should be, nor really what classes are at all.
There's nothing that works. There's nothing you can read. There's nothing to look at. I'm going to tell you what's going on, but that's all there is. And no one has come up to fix the web, so I decided, well, I'll fix it. Well, I'll fix it.
JavaScript.
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 JavaScript. What are you?
Virtual DOM.
JavaScript.
JavaScript.
JavaScript is so much more than syntax. JavaScript.
What are you?
Virtual DOM.
JavaScript, for those of you who are not familiar, is pseudocode with semicolons on the end of every instruction.
I just wanted the browser to be nice, like Node is nice.
We can solve problems by removing complexity.
How by adding it? So as JavaScript programmers, you're extremely used to destroying data. And we don't have to do that. And we don't have to do that.
You don't rewrite your whole application every 5 minutes.
And we don't have to do that.
You don't rewrite your whole application every 5 minutes.
And we don't have to do that.
These are not new things, I did not invent them. These are not new things, I did not invent them. You don't rewrite your whole application every 5 minutes.
And we don't have to do that.
What's going to happen after JavaScript? And I have to believe what's going to happen after JavaScript. And I have to believe that there is going to be a next language, because if JavaScript is the last language, that's just going to be really sad.
Hi, I'm Tracy Hines. I'm one of the organizers of Cascadia JS, a conference in the Pacific Northwest for web developers by web developers. We started in 2012, and we've run 4 events for over 1,300 awesome people. In Cascadia, we've been inspired to push ourselves into growing the community we want to see every year. Ever more inclusive, bigger hearts, and pushing rad JavaScript boundaries. Cascadia wouldn't exist if not for Chris and Laura. We wish them the best, and we're honored to carry on the JSConf tradition in the Pacific Northwest.
Hi, my name is Trygve, and I'm one of the organizers of Wearables here in Oslo. We are now working on our 5th edition of Wearables, and so far it's been a hugely nice and great experience. I started doing web development in the mid-90s, and there were no community for us doing web development for many, many years. And then suddenly JSConf comes around. A couple of us went to JSConf in US and in Berlin, and we just felt at home from day one. Suddenly there was actually a community for us. And that made us want to do our own conference and build our own community here in Oslo. And so we did, and it's just been an amazing ride. So a huge thank you from us here in Oslo.
When me see them, I come, me see them putting concrete. JavaScript take over all of the street. Run on machine and running at the eater. This how we roll and this how we see it. This a super commit, tell them never slow down. Like string events from the virtual dome. Push innovation till kingdom come. Ultimately native as after so come. Legion, you better figure this. Best people, yes, so JSConf for the wickedest. Keep a safe distance, not like Winnie and figure this. Bust up the ceiling like biggerness. JS rule like agentless. Check on the internet, we are the new sexy. This are no German cartoon like Fix and Foxy. Are the realest thing, this is no box. JSConf for the bomb. From foreign white people come. Pure born and community born. We invite the world, we find out how we roll. JSConf for the bomb. From foreign white people come. Pure born and community born. We invite the world, we find out how we roll.
We're in this together. We're all in this together. These people that are sitting in this room with you, they're gonna help you get your job, your next job. They're gonna help you when you have a bad day and they'll send you funny cat gifs. Like, super awesome. These people are really going to change your life right here. The ones that are sitting right next to you. And those of you following along at home, come to a conference and let this totally transform you.
My favorite thing about JSConf, the conference is great, don't get me wrong. Really, really great coffee and jumping in the ocean is super fun.
Oh yeah.
But what I love about it is the community that it spawns. You know what I mean? Because it's not just JSConf anymore. It's all the JSConfs in all the countries, and then all of the meetups that are modeled in that JSConf, kind of culture, which is super, super awesome. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
You, entire JSConf team. And I want to say, let's say hi from our crowd here. Oh man, we love you guys.
I record it.
That's a nice balloon hat.